Mr. DJ Rose, Verteezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No more black tears, you know what I'm saying? It ain't happening in a week, but we back again. Juice Man, CDC's, Verteezy, Mr. DJ Rose. What we talking about tonight?
So this has been a very popular topic the last couple of weeks. You know, back to school, depending on where you live, school might start a week or two ago, or it might just be started, or it might start next week, depending on where you are in the country. So there was this black woman who basically said, why is it every time black kids have nice clothes and Jordans and nice stuff, the first question we ask ourselves is, how they grades looking though? And people started responding with statistics of black people and their reading ability and their grades. So, C's, Rose, Juice Man, why is it that in the black community we don't feel the need that it's okay just to spoil kids or just give black kids luxury stuff unless they're doing stuff that we deem worthy of it?
Yeah, I don't. For me, I never really seen that saying, "Oh, how their grades is." It's mostly when you see young kids rapping rap songs and things like that. That's when they talk about how their grades is. But as far as, because black folks, we were known for always dressing fly going to school, like having the new Jordans and and if you didn't, it's like you got picked on back in the day. So especially now in the 2010s and 2020s and all that kind of stuff, all them kids go to school swagged out. But I guess I can only speak for.
So you never heard that conversation? Because that's a conversation I've heard it for a long time. I've always had that conversation. When black kids have certain things, there is some adults who do ask the question, "Oh, how they doing in school though?"
Oh, not really. I see it when they talking about when the young kids are singing the ratchet rap songs and things like that. But as just growing up and raising kids and seeing other kids, that's something as a parent I never heard that. You know what I'm saying? I never really, because all the parents always wanted their kids to have everything that nowadays when they talk about designers, these kids come to school with designers and all that kind of stuff. I didn't see that. We didn't see that. But as far as Jordans, everybody had Jordans. Everybody had Nikes. Everybody had Reeboks. Everybody had Polo. You know what I'm saying? F. Tommy Hilfiger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what everybody was wearing. Everybody was doing that. But I do know that some people say, well, how they grades. You know what I'm saying? You hear that every now and then. I used to hear it every now and then, but just as growing up as being a parent and watching my kids go to school, I just never really heard it personally, like in real life. Like you see it on TV and you see it on the radio, you see it on the internet, but in real life, I just never heard nobody say that.
I heard that in my church all the time. I hear that in my church today. I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe, we need to go to church more. I'm just saying, because, hey, them older people in church, they will call you out and be like, what your kids doing in school, though? Like, how their grades looking, especially with that older mindset of, education is everything, college is everything. Like, we kind of got to a new generation where, Rose and Juice Man, y'all the new parents. So y'all are smart enough to understand that maybe your kid don't need to go to college. Maybe a trade school is just fine.
Trade school is college.
you know, or maybe them just picking up a trade. But there's a mindset of, nah, man, there's some older people, if you tell your kid a plumber, they're looking down at you like, what you mean he a plumber? What you mean he an electrician? Why he ain't a doctor? Why he not a veterinarian? Why he not a lawyer?
I mean,
And half the people, they ain't even that.
Despite that, I still.
That's my point. Like, it's an older mindset. So maybe that's what it is, but,
And they don't know no better.
you know, but I ain't gonna lie though, man. I think that is sad because I heard that a lot. Whenever.
Well, I think on your end, it sounds like they're just saying that to be asking the question how they're doing in school. I don't think they're actually necessarily saying, oh, they got like $100 or $500 worth of clothes on, but how they grades is. I don't think they actually do that.
Do old people even know what Gucci and Louis is?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I can't tell you what the intent of the question is. I can just tell you that, yo, they saw the shoes, they saw the Gucci belt, they saw the outfit, and then the first question wasn't, yo, they look nice. It was, how they doing in school. So I can't tell you what the intention was behind it, because it could have been just a general, I'm just asking to ask, or it could be, I see that you spending money on your kids' clothes, so my brain is internalizing that as they must be doing really well in school for you to be spending this money on their clothes.
I guess, like you say, that's the older people, and they're actually looking at like that's how they did in their household. But we at the point, like you say, we the new parents. Us spending a couple $100 on an outfit for a child is different. Everything's different. Everything's more expensive now. So when you think about it, the same $200 outfit I bought for my son and my daughter now, that was a $20 outfit back in the day when our parents was coming up. You see what I'm saying?
Damn, inflation that bad?
It's that bad.
Shit, man.
It's
$20 outfit?
It's that bad.
$20, $200.
It's that bad. Well, it might be like $50. But you know what I'm saying? It's that bad.
We was wearing name brand back in the day too, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't that much.
Because I'm saying, like, shit, I had aunties and they had
the name brand back there. Look at a pair of jeans. The name brand pair of jeans back in the day when I was coming up was like $10-12. That shit down what 120 to 200 now. And that's for the low end. You see what I'm saying?
What kind of jeans? I just remember Levi's. You know, Levi's used to be $25, but now they're probably like 50, 70.
Wrangler,
98.
Dockers,
Think about the 98.
Got Walmart jeans.
But I'm saying even back then, like shit, the 70s, man, we was rocking designer, man. You had, you know, your affordable clothes, but you also had the name brand, and then like the 90s, like, you know. Then when they got older, it's like, you know.
Yeah, I see what they're saying, but it's just like, for instance, okay, boom. That same Benz that was $10,000, brand new back in the day, is now $100,000. You see what I'm saying?
But I feel like this conversation always been there, man. Maybe
what I'm saying is
we was at an age where we
number
wasn't actively participating in the conversation. But when I watch documentaries and certain stuff, I see people from the 90s saying, yo, you got money to put your kid in Jordans, but why they not doing this in school? Or why we not investing in this with your kid? And why they don't have a tutor and stuff like that?
Like your son has the brand new Jordans, but he's got all D's and F's on his report card. That's where, for me, when I think about it, I remember people saying that shit. I've seen it. I've seen it. It's like they're like, oh, you got a brand new pair of shoes, right? Oh, I got these for. Oh, hey, great aunt Esther, I got these. These are my new shoes for school. Oh, they real nice, but how them grades looking? It's like, what are you saying? Like, in the mindset, I get it, because it's like school. I don't really agree with the statement they were saying, like, oh, you're not a doctor, you're not this. It was like, if you're in school, you're supposed to be making A's and B's. Like, why aren't you making A's and B's and like you buying your child? You're basically rewarding.
See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes
bad grades.
Sometimes, like I say, the price. Because now a pair of Jordans is not really.
But why they gotta be Jordans? Why can't it just be some Reebok? I think that's really the conversation. Like like, okay, cool. Let's take Jordans out of the equation. It's other shoe companies out there.
Right.
Yeah. You can go to Walmart and get your child a $20 pair of shoes.
Then you can.
So why gotta be Jordans?
What are you talking about?
Like you were saying, like what a pair of Jordans cost back then compared to now. Like the point is, Jordans always cost more than the other brands of shoes. Yeah. It's not like in 2025, Jordans just started costing more than these other brands. No, they always cost more than these other brands. So let's take it from the 90s perspective or 80s perspective. Even if Jordans was only $50, the competitors was $10.
I'm taking it like you said. I'm going to it now. A pair of Jordans is what? Like at the high end, 200, 250. Right? But a pair of goddamn Balenciagas is 2,500.
I mean,
that's what they wearing now, bro.
So like, you brought up Balenciagas, so like designers. It's like, didn't we do a story where the kid had a pair of like Cartiers or some expensive glasses, and they got stolen? That would have been one of the cases where somebody, particularly the old school, but that shit, even I said, I'd be like, what a grade? I'd be like, oh, he got a brand new, he Gucci'd out and down, and how them grades though? You see him flashing cash, it's like, I wonder, does he have that same attitude with his grades in school?
Right.
So, see, I'm guilty of it. So, it's like people got this perception that, you know, you'll spend all this money on your kid looking fly, but you ain't focusing on them doing good in school. And I think that's where, especially within the black community, because we always looking like, okay, how are your grades? Why are you? There's a lot of people that can't afford the shit they're buying their kids. So, it's like, oh, you want your kid to look fly, but you're not spending the time and the energy on their grades and extracurricular activities. And that's kind of where that mindset is like, how them grades though. And then shit, unknowingly, I feel like we all kind of do that shit. When we see like a kid, might be like, oh, I wonder how he is in school.
And I saw just to close, man. I mean, certain hairstyles cost more than others. So if your kid got locks, how much are you paying to maintain their locks compared to them just having a low cut?
It's a personal.
If your kid, if you got a daughter and they get their nails did, how much are you spending on their nails? If they got luxury stuff like a game system, your kid walking around for a kill switch, Nintendo Switch. Like, how much are you spending on that?
When I said kill, so I was like,
yeah, that's my bad. I don't play
it.
But how much are you spending on that? Like, because I don't want it to be just about the clothes. It's about luxury. It's about luxury stuff in general.
Right. But see, a lot of this stuff, how we know that for a kid, that's even.
Do they even
a luxury? Exactly.
Because it's like, remember back in the day where it was like, oh, your kid don't want them pairs of Jordan 3s. He wants the fucking shoes that light up. I forgot what stand up. Yeah. It was like DC Curry or somebody, but he was on like coming. He was like, it was Cat Williams, and there was another comedian, but they were like, I want the fucking light up shoes.
I mean, that's when it becomes even bigger, because if your kid don't want this stuff necessarily, and you're buying your kid because you're living vicariously through your kid, because you remember that 8-year-old version of yourself that wanted them Jordans or wanted, that Nintendo Switch. And you're like, man, I couldn't have it, so I'm going to make sure my kid got, that, because I couldn't get that Game Boy Color when I was 8 years old, Well, if that's how you're living, then, yeah, you should be focused on other stuff in terms of how your kid is doing in school, in my personal opinion. But, I mean, this is a conversation that, me personally, like, I've seen this conversation growing up, and I see it today now. Because I know people my age that, like C's was saying, that they'll see other people's kids dressed to the nines, or they'll see their rooms and they'll see some of the stuff they have in their rooms, and they'll be like, oh, ain't no way, bro. like you told me your kid brought all C's home. Like, so like, does that mean a kid who brings all C's, are they less deserving of some Jordans? Are they less deserving of a Nintendo Switch than a kid who brings home all A's?
Nobody's saying these kids don't deserve it, but it's like
the kids I seen who bring home straight A's don't wear Jordans.
That ain't true.
I'm saying, not that the Asian chick with the Walmart flip flops on, with the valedictorian.
She got a Lexus though, and she got a Gucci purse. What you mean?
But she didn't wear no J's. You know what I'm saying?
When he goes to the mall, he's got on Balenciaga.
But luxury is luxury though.
When I see the white girl with a Salutatorian. She didn't wear no J's also on semester.
And I think that's the point of the topic.
But she got them $120 Birkenstocks on. What you mean?
Because, like you was just saying, they're not wearing it, but they also, people are saying like, oh yeah. I think the point was like online, people were, when black kids do it, you know what I'm saying? It's a problem. But when other races and other people do it, it ain't a problem. People don't go that, you know what I'm saying? go that route or say those things.
And is it because we assume black kids' grades aren't good? Is that why you asking how the grades are looking? Because do you look at that Asian kid and assume their grades good? Do you look at that white girl and assume their grades are good?
Mm.
Like, is that the reason why you feel the need for this 13-year-old black girl who her mom spent $200 on her hair, $150 on her nails, and got her a nice little purse? Is that why you feel the need to be like, yo, how her grades looking? Because you just expect her grades to be bad?
I think sometimes we're too humble in our approach with shit, and it's like I'm not gonna say it's trauma, but it's like we know the issues we have in the black community, and it kind of reflects how we see other people and how we react to shit. So it's like, okay, when Shador Sanders was growing up, his dad is a fucking multimillionaire. So it's like we put blinders on, and we're like, we don't know what people have. Some people we do, but we don't know what everybody has. It's like, for them, those 200 pair of Jordans, that equivalency 200 pair of Jordans,
it's like buying some Walmart shoes.
Is like Walmart shoes for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or it's like a pair, the Balenciagas that senior, that high school junior has on, but his daddy's got all this fucking money. So it's like, we kind of put our own spin on shit, and I feel like that's why we always sitting there like, oh, but how do they act, or how does their behavior, how's their grades?
Because we're used to coming from a place of struggle and a place of poverty and a place of not having. So when we see that, yo, you are spending the money, our natural assumptions assume that you don't just have it to give. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of. That's how we perceive I feel like that's how a lot of us perceive ourselves. Is like we see, like, we know how we are economically. We know where we're at.
Not understanding that Juiceman makes $175 a year and his wife makes $100 a year. So them spending this money on their kids is not the same as me making $45 and my girl making $35.
Yeah, I think it's about the inner city kids. When you see the inner city kids and their parents are not doing what they're supposed to do, and then they spend all their money on dressing their kid and then not spending any time or effort into helping them learn things.
Actually raising the kid.
Yeah, so that's where lots of the stereotypes come from, because you see that happen all the time. See, I wasn't around a lot of those people, so that's what I'm saying. When me as seeing other parents and things like that, I didn't experience that, but you do see that, especially because you'll see a kid, and if you go to some of the inner city schools, you'll see a lot of Jordans, you see a lot of polos and things like that. But these people stay in the projects.
Yeah, now they do. They stay in impoverished communities,
and they stay in the jungles and things like that at the other inner city. And you wonder, like, dog, she spent all this time doing all this, and you see the mama with her hair done, her nails done, but then when it comes down to it, little Johnny can't read or write, and then the teacher's like, come on, like.
So here's a question, because I was talking about, I grew up in the church. And when you grow up in a black church, it's like growing up in another whole nother community. Because especially depending on the size of the church, my church was small. Everyone knows everyone. So you're going to get asked personal questions because everyone's just familiar with each other. Should we be asking that of one another? Like if you're seeing someone's kids and you're seeing what they wear, is that something that we should be asking the parent, yo, how your kids' grades doing?
The two should never be
intertwined.
Back to back. It shouldn't be back to back the way it's said. It shouldn't be like, oh, those are nice. I just got some fresh Uptown, some Air Force Ones. Oh, those are nice, Johnny. How them grades though? You kind of gotta.
And it's not how the grades though. It's how you doing in school.
Like, but what if the intention is, I see Juice Man kid got some Jordans on, some Balenciaga glasses on, and some other stuff on, and I see them playing with Nintendo Switch. So as someone that's his brother is like, man, how your son grades doing though, man? Like, because he got $1,000 on his body and his hand right now, Is his grades up to par though? Have you been checking in with his grades? Like, what if it's a natural? What if it's not me trying to criticize? I'm just concerned.
Right.
Like, is that okay? Can I do that?
Yeah, it's just like the way.
Yeah, you gotta use tact with it.
The way, and then it's like, okay, maybe you need to stop doing that. Like asking, okay, you see him with the sneakers, and they immediately
some people will call that pocket watch.
Immediately go to, hey, how's his grade at school? Like, why don't you just generally
Not
be
even pocket
concerned?
watching. Last time, it sound almost like hating. Like,
It is.
Like, just be generally concerned
it's
about
low key
the
when they
kids.
say throwing shade. It's low key throwing shade.
Yeah.
That's why I said it. Like, what if my concern is actually genuine? Like, I'm actually
Why not
genuine.
just ask that instead of asking about the clothes?
Because I see the clothes and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
but-
cool. I see you spending this. I see you
I
spending
never-
$1,000 on your kid
I
and one
never-
stuff. Maybe you could spend $500 on a
never-
tutor.
but once you say, I see you,
See, you bought him that PlayStation
But
3
I-
because he got them new Jordans.
Because guess what?
and it's like,
Guess what?
It's usually the other
Guess
way
what?
around with
If you can't afford a $500 tutor, I might sympathize with you more because you can't afford C's to pay $500
Right.
for a lady to come over twice a week and tutor your son. But if you're spending $1,000,
Correct.
every 2 weeks on your son,
Yeah.
I might hold you to a different standard. I might be
Right.
like, well, you can't afford a tutor.
Right.
So why are you not paying for the tutor? Because there are people who pay for tutors.
Right. And
You
see,
know?
And see, here's the thing. I like where you're going with it, but damn.
Or private school. Let's throw that in there. Like if you're spending enough money to send your kid to private school and your kid got good grades, why are you spending money on this instead of saying, I'm going to send my kid to private school where they can make connections and network?
Yeah, I never really me personally, I've never been a person to look at somebody's appearance and then go straight to how your grades doing. It's always the reverse. What I mean by that is the parent will call me and be like, hey man, how's it going? All right. How your kids doing? My kids doing great. How your kids doing? Well, they're not doing too good. What do you mean? You see what I'm saying? You see how it went, how the conversation went?
Yeah.
Like I didn't even see the child. I see when I do see the child, I'm like, oh, how's it going? Nice. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. I see you dressing and they got a nice fit on. I see you. But I don't ask questions. I think about their grades at that time. It's the only time I really think about another kid's grades is when the parents asking me, how can I improve my child's grades? Because most of my kids, they upstanding students. They grades on par. So,
But how often do we in this new community we have, because it ain't 15, 20 years ago, this is a new community we done built amongst black people now. Let's be honest about that. How often in this new community we have built, and we are kind of responsible for this community that exists, do we come to each other and be like, what can I do to improve my kid? How often has Rose went to you, Juice Man, and said, what can I do to improve my kids? How often has C's came to me and said, what can I do to improve my household? Like, we don't have the same community we had 20, 30 years ago.
right. I feel you, but me and Brian, but basically, I ain't gonna say it's been a competition, but it's always been like his kid's doing great. Guess what? My kid's doing great. We really never had, because you gotta look at the parents.
yeah, because it's always like, yeah, because if he sees one of my kids not doing something, he go say something to him, and then he go say something to me.
So there is that community.
Yeah, we.
I don't think it went away. I don't think that old check went away, and still had that old saying goes, how that grades though. I think part of that is just us people putting projections on people. It's like, oh well, I know what you make, I know how much you spent. It's like, why is he walking around in brand new polo boots? It's like, well, shit, he did great last school year, and I know the fall's coming up, so I bought him a pair of.
I feel like it's there online. I feel like the community's there online. That's why online communities have become so big. I don't feel like that community face to face is as strong as it used to be.
I don't think they really care about clothes till they get up there in age. It's a certain age for the kids.
Yeah, and I also like you said, lots of time you'll see a kid in raggedy stuff, and you see the parents making money like, oh, why your kid wearing the raggedy? Yeah. And it's like, that's what he wanted to wear. He doing good in school.
Is that an issue?
You know what I'm saying? I ain't bothering. That's what he wanted.
Now if he walking around with a snotty ass nose, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it happens on both ends because we'll look at people's kids and be like, oh, he looks like the kid from freaking Charlie Brown.
Oh no, I've had that happen, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And
I was in middle school. I'll never forget. I was in middle school, and I always had a different style than my brother. My brothers wore Jordans and stuff. So I remember we was on the same I don't know how it was for y'all, Rose and a Juice member, Siege member. You be on the team. So you get 4 teachers and y'all just rotate through the day between them 4 teachers or whatever.
That's right.
So I just remember, like, when me and my brother, TTK, was on the same team. This nigga had, like, his clothes was fresh. I'm wearing my clothes because I dress with comfortability. See, you making me laugh.
I ain't say that, man.
You know, so I remember, like, because of the way I used to dress or whatever, like, I say maybe 2 months into the semester, into the school year, I remember all the teachers came together at the end of the school day and gave me this, like, white trash bag. And it was full of clothes. And I remember I got home, I showed it to my mom, and I was so happy. I was like, oh, bro, I got so many clothes and stuff like that. Like, this is dope. And I'm trying to more. And she like, who gave you these clothes? And I like, the teachers gave me the clothes. I remember she went up to the school the next day, and it was only one black teacher, Mr. Jones. Remember Coach Jones? Yeah, he forget he was actually a science teacher in motherfucking middle school with us at Spear Creek. So he was one of the teachers. The other 3 was white. She cussed out the 2 white ladies so bad that Mr. Jones had to step in and be like, well, you know, hey, we just thought because of the way his clothes would be when he come to school, we thought that you needed the help. And she was so mad because she was like, well, you see my other son? Like, he dressing just fine and everything. I ain't give him no bag. And it's so funny because even though we look alike, we've always been confused with twins. We dress so differently that the teachers forgot, and they have both of us now. They forgot that was my brother because of how differently we dress.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
So sometimes, to your point, Rose, sometimes that's how the kid want to dress. But should that be a problem?
Nah, cause it's just like when a little kid, like a little girl, for some reason she wants to wear these blue Air Maxes with a fucking purple. Okay, green shoes with a purple fucking tutu with a orange shirt. You know what I'm saying? Or you got little Johnny who wants to wear some fucking overalls, and on top of his overalls he wants to wear red shorts. All right. You 5 years old. What the fuck am I gonna tell you? No, you can't wear that. So I mean, I feel like part of it's just projection and not trauma, but just bad thoughts and experiences where we're like, we've all seen it. Like Rose, you was just talking about earlier. We've literally seen it to where mama drives a Benz, hair done, nails did, feet done, everything done, Gucci purse or Michael Kors. Dooney whatever, and then the little kids walking around with shoes from 2 years ago that's beat up, and we've seen it on both ends, and we've seen the people that
see it on Snapchat all the time. Mama always dressed up, hair done, and then the kid looking raggedy.
Kids looking like baby kids.
And I've seen the flip side where the mama or the parents walking around, They walking around in a McDonald's uniform, greased up, just fresh out of work, but
they spend all their money on trying to get the kids fresh.
So I've seen both sides.
The kids look great and they look fucked up, man. Yeah, man. So overall, though, man, like, do y'all feel like we should be looking at people clothes and looking at luxury items of kids and immediately going to how their grades look at, even though statistically black kids' grades are like at the lower end spectrum for a lot of these other races?
No, I don't. Not from the looks. It's just a simple fact. If you care about the kid, I care about the kid. I shouldn't have to look at a kid and see how they dress to determine what kind of grades they got. No.
So black kids deserve nice things too, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I think it's more about the behavior than the outfits. Like I was saying earlier, like behavior wise, when you see these kids behaving a certain type of way, acting bad, and
when them picking up trash on P. Georgia.
Yes. Yeah.
Make them walk 5 miles.
Yeah. So the behavior. So it's like when they behaving and the parents don't punish them, and it's like, oh yeah, they get all this stuff, but yeah, they still doing all this bad stuff at school.
That's why they criminals.
Yeah, so I think it's more. I think it's more of that. You know what I'm saying? That we need to be focusing on than what they're wearing. You know what I'm saying?
You had me cracking up last week, Rose.
You know, at the end of the day, man, nobody's saying no. These kids don't deserve luxury and the name brand designer stuff. If you can afford it, fantastic. If you can't, stop spending your last on. You want them to look nice. Now it's so easy to look nice without having to spend all the money. So I mean, nobody's saying it's like actually don't put so much value in the clothes and the look. And people who are saying this shit to parents and kids, stop putting your projections on people. Like if you're genuinely concerned, be genuinely concerned. Stop pocket watching, throwing shade, and all this other shit. So I mean, it goes to both parties. The people asking, the people that see it. If you can afford it, great. Don't reward bad behavior. That's not what we're saying. But don't neglect the child also from something they want. It's like, hey, they want a new pair of Jordans or latest pair of Nikes to hoop in. Shit, you can afford it. They got good grades. Do it.
Yeah, I don't think nothing's wrong with overall, man. I mean, we got City Trends and we got Ross, and those are two stores in the black community. I feel like I got good clothes at reasonable prices, man. So if you can afford the more expensive stuff, cool. But at the same time, man, I done shopped at both them stores, City Trends and Ross, and I done bought clothes and shoes from them stores that I thought looked just as great as some of the other stuff, man. So it's all perspective, man. Speaking on perspective, man.
Tears or no tears.
Tears or no tears.
Dynamite.
Boom. TNT. So there was a shooting at Emory where Officer David Ross passed away. The shooter shot, there was like 500 shells, casings that was found. Apparently over 200 rounds were shot in like 6 different buildings. The shooter felt like the CDC COVID had something to do with his depression, and that's why he did what he did. Overall, like, what's your thoughts on this?
Tears, a black officer lost his life. It's crazy, man. That's the honest truth. People are crazy. Things. I'm not saying things happen, but it's kind of crazy how stuff comes about. And it stems from conspiracies and thoughts on the COVID-19 verse. I mean, like the way people perceive things and see stuff online. I mean, it's different now because you got easier access to it. But I mean, just like the Unabomber, Columbine, and bombings and attacks, and it's like came with a full arsenal, crazy.
Yeah, man, I got tears. I'm surprised we're talking about this one because there's so many other ones that's been going on too, like shooting in Fort Stewart. It's shooting.
That's a whole other fiasco.
It's a shooting every week, mass shooting, and like we haven't been talking about. We've been giving y'all dudes a break. We took a break on y'all, but y'all still shooting and killing folks. We got tired of talking about y'all. We thought if we don't talk about y'all, maybe y'all stop doing it. But what y'all still doing? Shooting and killing folks. For no reason at all. Innocent people. People just showing up to do their job. And they're getting killed. Man, it's ridiculous, man. I don't even know what to say about it. I got tears. I don't care what he thought or what he felt or none of that. I don't care. I got tears.
Patrick Joseph White, white male, was diagnosed with depression. Had the police come to his house over 11 times since 2024 up to the shooting. To the point where his parents was even worried about him. I want to know, how did he get a gun? How was he able to get there and do the shooting? To Rose's point, we haven't talked about it. I'm going to say this. If it was up to me, we'd talk about it every week. Like if I just literally had my decision and I made the lineup, every time there's a shooting, we would talk about it every week. Because the people who own guns, y'all got to explain to me why it's so important that we fight for guns rights when stuff like this happens every single week. and we got people who are getting killed. This is an innocent black man, David Rose, who had a family to go home to, who's doing his job. He's not here no more. So I just want to ask the people who own guns that fight so hard for us to have these rights, like, what are you fighting for when this is what's happening every day in America? We can bring in the UK and the statistics on knives and all that other stuff. I don't give a fuck, bro. Because one person with a knife ain't killing 50 people in 1 second. We can bring up bombers and stuff like that. We don't be having bombers like that. So at the end of the day, man, this is a tragedy, man, because the person lost their life just doing their job, and there was other people that could have had their life in danger too. We just talked about the shooting that happened on Dean's Bridge last week in our home area. They could have affected civilians because of some shit that people got bullshit going on. At the end of the day, man, the government and we as people got to make a decision on what's important, man, because it's too much stuff going on. And to Rose's point, we try to give y'all a break, because if we talked about every shooting that happened, if not every episode, at least every other episode, we'd be talking about a mass shooting. So I definitely have tears, man, for David Rose, who lost his life, and all the people in 2025 that have lost their life to meaningless gun violence. So something that people think might be meaningless, but to some people it's not, cookout etiquette. So there was this woman that was online, and she said, your child will, you're not going to tell my child they can't have a steak and a rib, because that don't apply to my child. And another woman stitched the video and said, yes, it does. Don't bring them to my cookout. They going to eat hot dogs and hamburgers. I don't give a fuck. We got little juicy things for them in the little cooler and everything. CDs, Rose, what do y'all think about cookout etiquette, especially in the black community?
No tears, man. Why the fuck don't we do that shit more often? What the fuck does a 5-year-old? Why is a 5-year-old eating the whole steak? When he wanted them chicken nuggets and that fucking hamburger. What's he eat there in the week? Chicken nuggets, french fries. So I mean, like, I can see a piece. It was like back in the day, man, when I was a kid. And my little cousin's like, you can get a piece of a rib. You ain't getting a whole slab. You can get a piece of a rib. But we got food, food that was made for y'all, or it was one or the other. Food that was specifically made for y'all that everybody eats. Somebody eats hot dogs, everybody eats hamburgers, grilled chicken, whatever. And you wouldn't get no full plate because you wouldn't eat all the food on your plate. That's another thing is, y'all making a full spread for 6 or 7-year-old when they're going to pick at it and they're going to eat a little bit. And it's just like, I grew up around seafood. They had to learn how to clean them fucking blue crabs. So, I can crack a crab now in 30 seconds, but shit, it took some years. That shit took years to learn how to do, man. So, I mean, and then most of the people that do that type of shit usually aren't the ones doing the cookouts.
They're not.
So, you don't, and then probably be the same people that's taking the whole fucking pan, trying to walk out with the whole group, So it's like, let a kid be a kid, fix a plate they actually gonna eat, and stop trying to get off on people. It's one thing if I used to have a friend, they used to do this with their kid. They would make their kids' plate and put it on one side, and they put their go stuff on the other side. So it'd be like a little, the little plates with the divider. So it's like rather than waste oil, and it's like, oh, you done eating? You done eating, baby? Scrape straight. Hey, I'm gonna go put some more on this plate. I'm gonna take it with me. So I mean, it's one of them things, man. It's just like, stop. Let a kid eat. If your kid's not gonna eat all that, stop putting it on their fucking plate. Have some respect. Have some decorum.
Yeah, if I'm cooking ribs and things like that, the ribs are gonna be for the adults. And I'm cooking steaks, the steaks gonna be for adults. Now I'll cut you a piece of it, like C said, if the kid really, 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 really want it, and the parents really want the kid to have it. But don't be coming over to my crib with beer money asking for champagne. Hey, we say that in the club or in the bars all the time. No, when the whole ass you want to drink, and she say yeah, don't go up to the bar ask for Don rep when you drinking Julio or not even Julio, Jose Cuervo over here, and you drinking the well. Don't go up there and ask for something else. You go feed them same thing you feed at home, because at home what they eating beans and porky beans. They gonna eat beans and porky beans here too.
Yeah, man. For me personally, I agree with both of y'all, man. Like, why? I gotta tell you, why are you trying to feed a 5 or 7 or even like a 12-year-old when we having a cookout full of adults and kids out here too? A whole rib or a steak, knowing damn well when I did the math to break everything down, I did not add in kids eating steak and ribs. C said something very dope last night. And I've had this happen when I'm at the cookout. If your parent or guardian wants to get a rib or a steak and give you a piece of theirs, that's perfectly acceptable. But I don't have enough steak to feed all the adults. I don't have enough ribs to feed all the adults and then feed your badass kids. I don't. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm broke. I don't get food stamps. I wish I did, but I don't. So as far as that concerned, like, I feel like that should be proper etiquette. Secondly, if you're not contributing majorly to the cookout, to what Rose said, then don't be expecting too much shit. Get the basic little package. Get your food, feed your little kid, and get your little drink and keep it pushing. I'll be honest. I think what it really is, a lot of you adults who put a steak or half a steak and a rib on your kid's plate, y'all really want to eat that shit yourselves. And y'all using the kid as an excuse. I see the game. I know the game. Game recognizes game. So that's all I want to say about that. Hey, going back from black culture to stuff that affect black people, everyday racism. So in Simi Valley, there was a black man who said that his 15-year-old daughter got jumped by 10 white girls, and that since he moved to the community, that he's been racially profiled multiple times, and even got pulled over, one time for being black. And see, you said something else similar to the same area about something happening. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, I forgot his name. I believe his first name was Michael something. I forgot his last name, but literally same county. I just randomly looked it up. I was like, maybe there's something to this whole Simi Valley. Did some research on where it is. It's a certain area of county, outer county, LA. 18-year-old black kid was coming out of the theater and got jumped by some white boys. They literally, jumped him, and he ran off. And the ironic thing to me was one of the white boys was like, "Yeah, you want all the smoke? You want all the smoke?" And I'm just like, a phrase that nobody white was using until I heard somebody black say it or a rapper say it, using that same phrase, using this racist shit. And it's just, we can't really blame it, but I gotta tie it with the ICE raids and the Trump administration. I'm just tying that shit in. It's all the same shit. They go with that same rhetoric, and they're I guess showing the true colors. It's always been there. It ain't going nowhere. It's just now people are more vocal about the shit, and it's like when you hear multiple cases and things in a place where these people live, it's like, yo, what the fuck is up? What the fuck is wrong?
Yeah, man, I got big tears, man, because racism is something that affects black people every day. Even when we don't think it affects us, it affects us. Because we just talked about someone, getting pulled over for not having your headlights on when it's raining. And that's the thing about being black. When stuff happens, you have to really ask yourself a serious question. It reminded me of that episode of Fresh Prince when Will and Carlton got pulled over. Because Carlton was driving too slow. Did I get pulled over because I was black? Or did I get pulled over because I was driving too slow? Like, did I get this ass whooping because the kids just don't like me and kids are just mean and they're just being bullied? Or was these kids raised in racist households and because I'm black and because I'm different, I got my ass whooped. Like that's what frustrates black people. And I know white people get frustrated because they get tired of hearing about it and talking about it, but we get tired of living it because we get into these communities and we just don't know why we're being treated or why certain things are being done. And our initial reaction is to be like racism a lot of times. Because a lot of times that's what the shit be, man. And this is the reason why last week when we had a conversation about the white-owned community, I went on a rant about, man, bring segregation back. Because a lot of times it do feel like it would be better if we could just be around our own people. Because then when we got pulled over by a cop, it would be a black cop pulling us over, and we know why we got pulled over. We know we was fucking up. Or we know they just trying to meet a quote.
So it wouldn't really be segregation the same way. Because back then, you didn't have as many black cops. It was usually the cops coming into the community and fucking with y'all.
But nowadays, in our community, I could say in Augusta or Atlanta, most of those cops are black.
Yeah, no, a lot of our cops are black. I'm talking about like make it like the cities like Tulsa, the cities that was all black, where we're dealing with nothing but black people.
Like a black
so we're
sheriff,
dealing with black doctors,
governor.
black bankers. So when I get denied for this loan, guess what? It's because my shit is fucked up. You know, and now I feel better about my circumstance. I don't feel like my skin complexion played a role in it. And that's something that, you know, I ain't gonna lie, as I get older, I think more and more about, like, maybe we need to bring that shit back. But I do got tears for this individual in Simi Valley, and I hope they rectify this stuff in their community, because it's 2025, we should not be living like this.
Yeah, I don't have no tears for the brother, you know what I'm saying? Because when his daughter got jumped on when she was 10 years old, now she's 15, and he continued to stay there and just complain about it, and now he's still complaining about it, but he's still living there, paying taxes and doing all this other stuff. Bruh, that's not someplace you need to be. And then, you know, all people always say, I ain't gonna let them run me out my spot. I ain't gonna let me run me there. But you ain't even living comfortable.
And I was just going to ask that too. I was going to ask, what about the sentiment of, hey, if you leave, then the racists win?
But you want to live with that? That's like us trying to move to Grovetown. Oh, let's move to Grovetown, where it's all the traffic, all the white folks in the Columbia County Police. Let's move over there. And then when something happened to us, like, man, such happened, like, hey, man, you already knew what it was. But you went out there anyway, didn't you?
I mean, we would have to see, like, you know, is it like a place like Oakland where it's a bunch of black people and it's a bunch of other people too? So I don't know Simi Valley, so I can't. I agree with you.
I don't know, but his daughter got jumped when she was 10 years old by all these white girls, and he been getting pulled over by the folks, but then 5-6 years later, he want to go to the city council and be like, hey, it's racism here. Why are you still there?
Hey, side note, I do want to say I believe the brother, because did y'all watch the video and see the white girl behind him?
And she was
she was nodding and saying, hey, man, she started clapping sometimes.
And then what the person said, the chairman said, that's enough. Your time is up. Your time is up. And what he did, yes, ma'am.
Shut up, black.
Shut up, black.
That's what he really said to that nigga.
Yeah,
shut up, black. So moving on to more black men. So in New Orleans, every year they do a charity event where black people, well, not black people, but people get put on red dresses, and they basically walk.
You said it right. It's mostly black people that do it.
It's mostly black people, but anybody can do it though, because there was a couple pics of white men and women doing it, but people wear red dresses, do a marathon walk, and the money goes to different charity events in the city of New Orleans. This one man had basically texted his wife a picture of him and his homeboys in red dresses. And the wife said, what the fuck is this? And basically was like, no, I can't deal with this shit.
Don't bring your butt home.
Don't bring your ass home. Tears or no tears.
I ain't got no tears. The wife did the right thing. Like this, I don't give a fuck what type of charity. You ain't seen me in that shit. I ain't fuck. And then the audacity had all 4 of y'all niggas just looking up in here looking like some fucking Wanda, Jamie Foxx from In Living Color type shit, man. Y'all niggas is crazy. I don't give a fuck what kind of tradition, what the fuck kind of fundraiser. That shit crazy, man. In the world of Riley, nigga, you niggas is gay. That shit is gay. I don't give a fuck. This shit ain't funny. That shit ain't funny to me, man. That shit is.
So you didn't laugh when Martin put on the dress in the Martin show? You didn't laugh when Jamie Foxx put the dress on Jamie Foxx? Because you say it's not funny. I just want to make sure. So you didn't watch none of the Big Mama House movies and laugh.
Nah, them movies weren't fun. Only thing that was funny when Jamie was on Living Color.
What about you, C's? Because you said that shit's not funny.
Acting is funny. Comedy, the shit's funny. But this shit, come on, man.
They was acting funny too.
Okay,
they was real funny.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I ain't got no tears, man. I think she did the right thing. But my thing is, like, everybody's like, they made it seem like it was such a big deal because why a black man can't put on a dress and do this because it's for a good cause and all this stuff. If you want to put on a dress for a good cause, well, just put on a dress and go feed the homeless. If that's what you really want to do that. But you can also wear a red shirt and some red shorts and some red shoes and do the same thing. They ain't say you had to wear a red dress to do this. This is what people did. Y'all so much want to be on TV and on internet and be so famous and be real zesty. I'm straight. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? And if any of my friends did it, I'm telling you to your face, you're zesty. Hey, bro, I'm straight, man. I ain't down with that, man. That's something that me and you gonna have to disagree with.
Yeah, man. I want to do the shit, but I got tears because, I mean, I keep up with charity events. I got charities that I donate to yearly, you know, and some of those charity events do certain stuff. I remember there was this one charity event about sexual assault where they asked men to wear high heels and walk 5 miles because I think it's called the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes charity event. And it's more than just the money. It's basically trying to get men to kind of put themselves in women's perspective.
Put a dick in your butt too.
You know, so I don't have no issue with what the men did, you know, because of some fact of it is for charity at the end of the day. You know, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of men who enjoy wearing the dresses, and those men got their own little secret lives or whatever. But as far as the men who say, you know what, if this is going to help raise money for people, I'm secure enough of my masculine self to put on a red dress and walk or whatever and do this or whatever. I ain't got a problem with that, man. I mean, and I play football, man, and they do the Powerpuff game where the football players dress up as bitches and the bitches dress up as football players.
Shout out to Wayne Wade, man. That must have been they role model because I ain't doing it. If you one of my homeboys, if you want to do that, hey, I'm looking at you differently. I'm just telling you that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like I said, I wouldn't do it, man, but I don't have no issue with these men doing it, man. And, you know, I feel like, you know, we need to be more involved in charity events in our communities, man. So shout out to these brothers for doing something charitable in their community. I hope, and I'm going to say this for all the people who do charity events, don't just do the activities in the charity event. Donate money too.
They ain't donating.
So those people that was doing the ice challenge a couple years ago, the ice bucket challenge a couple years ago, don't just go online and post a video of yourself getting ice dumped on you. Donate some money to these charities too. Don't just post videos doing the charity events, man. So yeah, man, you know, I got tears, man. We all need to do more for charity communities in our communities.
Yeah, pay more. We don't need to do more. We need to pay more.
I mean, you can donate your time, man. Talking about donating your time, though. So Chris Brown, you know, we've been talking about since last year. He's been doing his tour. He's been taking pics with women. So there was this one woman who had the pics from her ultrasound. And she had Chris Brown basically hug her from behind. And she basically had the pics from her ultrasound and basically was showing them to the camera to make it seem like Chris Brown was the baby daddy. Tears. Because if you are the baby father and you are active, like that is your bitch. That is currently your bitch. And you plan on taking care of them kids, sometimes you gotta throw the whole bitch away. Because what's wrong with you, ho? The fuck is wrong with you? It's okay that you took the picture of Chris Brown, but you want to take the pic as if he the baby daddy. Like, I hope on everything I love, she's a single mother. Let me rephrase it. She's a future single mother. Because I hope on everything I love, that the nigga's not active, that the nigga's in prison, that the nigga is dead, or that the nigga already told the bitch, I'm not taking care of these bastard kids. Because that's the only way I'll be like, okay, cool, I understand why she did what she did. I ain't got a problem why she did what she did, because the nigga not involved. But if the nigga is involved with the kids, bitch, you was wrong.
I got
Shout out to brother Chris Brown too, by the way, man. He's a GOAT that we don't talk about enough. You doing God's work, exposing all these hoes.
one of the best, but debatable. We'll see. Hey, he did say, then he dropped the song "These Hoes Ain't Loyal."
Yeah, he did when we was in high school.
So I mean, apparently they're not. Social media, man. She just wanted to post a photo and say for her friends and people online to sit there and say, "Hey, Chris Brown's my baby daddy." You know, it was a disrespectful ass picture, man. It's just like, yo, if he's there, you paid all this money. I mean, Chris Brown, of course, Chris Brown's not going to deny the money. It's a picture. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever, you know, it's whatever the fan wants. Pay me my little band or whatever, however much the pictures are. So, I mean, it's disrespectful, man, to the child's father. And then to the kid, man, it's like, you know, when they grow up, it's like, oh, you know, I got a picture of you with Chris Brown. Is he my daddy? Yeah, he is. So, I mean, this shit was just disrespectful to me, man. It's like, I wonder, is she single? You know, is this single mother behavior? Is this baby mama behavior? And then a lot of people a lot of women online, probably people will be like, it's not that big of a deal. What if that was you? What if you was a man? Or what if that was your girl? How would you feel with shit like that?
I'd be pissed like a motherfucker, because I'd be thinking to myself, oh, I just saw you. I just gave you like 50, 80 bucks. And you went to this concert and you straight embarrassed me like this, dude? And you got me fucked up. Like, that would be some shit to make me turn to Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm just saying, man. That's some over here in the words of Rose, man. That's when you start Donkey Kong that hoes, man. Because, bitch, what is wrong with you? That you taking a pic of another man and posing like he the baby daddy when that's my child in you. Bitch, you got me fucked up.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears, man. I thought it was cool. I thought it was trendy. Like, now when he grow up or she grow up, she can say, I got a picture with Chris Brown. How many kids can say that? Not many, but she could say that or he could say that when he grow up. Like, I got a picture with Chris Brown. My mama, we went to the Chris Brown concert, and she brought me with him or with her. You know what I'm saying? Baby dad was probably there because he paid for it. You know what I'm saying? He okayed it. He was probably there. He said, y'all take the picture. He probably took the picture. You know what I'm saying?
So he had cuckold.
Man, no, he not done that. He was cool with it. He was like, man, it's fire, man. I ain't got no problem with it. If the baby mama wanted, because it ain't like she was sucking his dick or something. Like, that'd be
Probably
different.
was.
So you doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't have no problem with it.
Cool.
All they did was take a picture with it. Like, so they took a picture with Chris Brown and his baby.
Holding the pictures.
Yeah.
Like, they together.
That's how make it seem like they just took a picture.
Man, that shit was fire.
They
Like,
took
they
that
was together.
It was fire. It was
Chris
fire.
Brown looking like, oh yeah, this is me and my baby mom.
Yeah, that was fire.
Ultrasound.
That was fire. That was fire. Yeah. Because now, in the future, you're like, yeah, that was dope. I ain't gonna lie, that was dope.
Hey, I don't know what's wrong with these hoes.
What's wrong with them?
Hey, man. So, they asked this question. Would you rather deal with a chick who got 30 bodies? She tells you, I got 30 bodies. What's that scene from Snowfall? bodies after bodies after bodies after bodies, or a bitch who admits to you, I had a train ran. In the words of Saul, choose.
The visual in my head is so fucked up because it's like we seen movies like The Best Man and all these other Tubi shit, all these movies where college movies where it's like back in the day, yeah. You know, she had a train ran her back in the day by the frat boys or whatever. And then on the other hand, I'm looking at you fucked 30. It's like you not fucked 30 times, 60 times, 100 times. You know, you have sex multiple times a day. Times your age. You know, what do they say? How's that phrase go? Whatever number she tell
by
you,
3.
multiply that shit by 3. So if you got 30 bodies and I multiply by 3, I might not want to stick my dick in that. But at the same time, if I gotta choose, this bitch is you got choo-choo, bitch. Fucking Norfolk.
Yeah.
South, bitch. You fucking CSX, bitch. You got fucking train. Your subway, like
you know, there's different type of trains. You know, there's Thomas the train. It might have been a Thomas train. It might not have been the doggone CSX train.
But you got subway.
Hey, man.
You didn't get railway, but you might have had a damn Japanese bullet train up in your shit. I don't know what the hell.
It might have been Marta. It might have been the Marta.
That's even worse.
It might have been the Atlanta airport train.
And it might be the New York City Metro. I don't know. What's wrong? If I gotta pick. I'm probably gonna take the train because the multiplication. I'm just like, yo, you got 30 bodies. I gotta multiply, divide, and figure out by your age. It's like, okay, a 40-year-old tells me she got 30 bodies. That's understandable. Yeah.
So let me ask you
you're 22.
What is the assumption with the train? Are we assuming she did the train? Like it's 2 niggas. That's we agreeing on that. However, the 2 niggas came, it's 2 niggas at least. Are we assuming she got less than 5 bodies, less than 10 bodies? How many bodies are we putting on her?
I don't know, but
that's probably
to me that's important. That's a good question. That's a good question. So say if she did the train with 5 dudes, those are the only 5 dudes she did.
So she did a train with 5 niggas, and she only got 5 bodies.
5 between 30. Yeah.
She got 10.
Okay, got 10.
5 times 2.
So
10,
let's keep it at 5. 5. I think 5 is a good number.
Okay, so 5 dudes. She got the train ran on by 5 dudes versus the bitch who fucked 30 niggas.
Yeah.
And you picking the train seats.
That's what he's picking.
Stability.
I can say I already knew what I'm picking. It don't matter if it's 5 or 2.
Give me the bodies. What's that old song from the 2000s? Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Ah! Hey, give me the bodies, bro. Give me the 30 bodies, bro. Now, hey, bitch, you John Wick. That's my name for you, John Wick. It's cool, bro. It's cool. Because I'm in my 30s.
That bitch got a hit list.
Guess what? I'm in my 30s. She's probably going to be in her 30s most likely when I'm fucking with her. So let's just say she's 33 like I am. She's been fucking since she was 18. That's 15 years. That's 2 bodies a year. Fuck it. I'll live with that. I can live with that. But to picture you getting hit from the back
with a dick in your mouth.
With a dick in your mouth.
The train ain't have to do that, but
that's a possibility.
That's a possibility.
You could have possibly got a game bang where you had a dick in every hole.
That's a possibility.
That's a possibility. That me thinking of you in the room and there's a line of niggas a pack of niggas. There's a line of niggas wrapped around the room,
waiting their turn.
Like, I heard this ride is a good ride. I just cannot fathom, like, all the cum that they out of your face. Like, niggas you probably telling niggas don't nut at me. Niggas the nut on your ass, your titties, your face. Man, I'll take the bodies, bro, because I'm going to tell you right now, I done fucked bitches that probably done fucked at least 20, 30 niggas already. And I didn't know it. Like, you never know how many bodies a bitch got. Because it's easy for them to get dick. But for you to get a trans on you willingly, you a different type of bitch.
That's the part. Willingly.
You a different type of bitch.
It's
like,
got to be willing. We didn't say she got raped. They ain't say when she got raped.
Exactly.
No, this is what she wanted.
Yeah, you volunteered this shit.
She wanted this.
Like the fact that you wanted all these hands on you, the fact that you wanted all these lips on you, the fact that you wanted all these dicks around you, bitch, I can't, because you might come to me one day and say, Bertizzi, I want a threesome. And I might get excited. And then you'd be like, and the next time I come home, and who this nigga? Who this nigga?
That's still threesome.
Nah. Hey, brother, you need to get the fuck out of my house. Nah, bro, your girl said she wanted a threesome, and I'm here to provide extra meat. Bitch, I got all the meat you need. Nah, I need more. I need to be fully stimulated. Nah, bro, I can't do that, bro. I'm good, bro. I respect you, C's. Give me the 30 bodies, man. Bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies.
Yeah, I'm taking the 30 bodies. It's an easy question. I don't care if it was just 2 dudes. Because I done lived and I done lived. So I ain't gonna say too much, but when I hear train, I'm thinking you got something in your mouth, you got something somewhere else, and there's people waiting, and they gonna do the same thing to you. I'm straight. I don't want to have to picture my old lady with multiple dicks in her because I only got one. So, but you got 30 bodies. That was just one at a time.
You hope.
One at a time.
Yeah, I can't satisfy you that way, baby. I can't. I only got one dick. like you can suck my dick and I can finger you. I could possibly get a dildo and play with you. I've done that before, but I can't fuck you from the back and have you suck my dick at the same time. And I'm not gonna be like, Rose, what you doing tonight? Yeah, my bitch wanted a threesome. So what I gotta do with me, nigga? Hey, she wants someone to suck some dick while I hit from the back. I can't do that.
No, man, I'm straight on that, man. That's just something I just don't want to picture on a daily basis. Like, dog. Nah, I'm straight. Because
my beautiful baby did that to herself.
Especially because for a woman, because a woman can sleep with lots of dudes, multiple dudes, and still not be a freak. But for you to have a train ring on you,
you're a freak. And it wasn't pussy. You's a fucking freak.
Yes.
You got a different appetite, baby.
Yes, you different.
You different. I just can't, man. I just can't, bro. I understand why some people would pick the bodies, because like I said, man, it's that old 2000 song. Let the bodies hit the floor. That's a lot of fun. That is a lot. That is a lot. But still, man.
That's what she told you. She told you 30.
No, but we going by this 30. That ain't what she told you. It's 30 bodies.
I'll be honest.
On the train.
She could have told me 50 bodies. I still would have picked 50 bodies.
It's 30 bodies on the train. Like I said, that's 30 against 2 or 3. Man, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. I can't do this, man.
That's cool. It's a cesspool.
Ain't no way.
Nasty in there.
And moving on to the last topic of the night.
And I know dudes that don't wipe these hoes up. They ain't married to them now, but they wiped them up once.
Hey, man, niggas be cuffing bitches after the train. Like, it's my turn. Nah, man, that's my bitch now. Nigga, we came here to do a job. What's going on? Nah, don't be talking about Charlotte like that. That's my wife. Damn, nigga, you done fell in love with the pussy. On to the last topic of the night. So there was this white man that was at a town hall meeting and talking about, the people in the community. And they was trying to get him to differentiate between black people and niggas. And he was like, black people don't want no trouble. They just want to come here and just do their thing and just live and be chill. But niggas are always causing trouble and problems and issues. I remember being a kid and watching one of Chris Rock stand up. And he said, white people, the funny part is black people don't like niggas either. says to you, and I know we all have different definitions, what is the difference between a nigga and a black person?
You got nigga, and then you got like capital letters nigga. Cause like it's like we use the term so switchingly. Cause I'll be like, man, all these niggas up in this, you know, even watching Fred Sanford. It was a courtroom. Man, what you mean? What you mean you don't like you like black people? Man, look at all these niggas up in this. Oh, you a just judge? Look at all these niggas up in this courthouse. So I mean, I'm gonna use the negative term when I say niggas. Like the ones somebody said, I forgot who said it. He said, might have been Charleston White. He said we should take all y'all niggas and shooting up the community, robbing people, killing people, and we should just throw y'all off the edge of the bridge, just start the fuck over. And I was like, the same shit was in what's that movie Vert? Sounds. It was like, day of the Geechee is over. The day of the Geechee is over. This ain't no place for no nigga like you. It's just when I'm saying nigga in this sense, I'm literally using like the negative people, like the niggas. Like, oh, why did these niggas shoot this place up? Oh, niggas shot the party up. We was having a good time. They shot up the cookout. They shot up the basketball tournament. They shot up at the football. You know what I'm saying? Like those negative. Even other people, even other niggas don't want to be around these niggas. And it's not to say like black people are not the only people who have niggas in the community. Everybody has them. Mexican, Asian, white. There's white folks that don't want to be around other white folks because they know they rowdy and meth addicts and into some other crazy shit, outlaws, they bikers and racist ass rednecks. So I mean, there's a difference between niggas and black people. Most black people are black people. You might have niggerish tendencies like, oh, I want rims on my car. Like these negative stereotypes that people put like, oh, these are the main people on welfare, which is a fucking lie. They had brand new Jordans and they spending the kings of the hood and they're doing all this other ignorant shit. Man, most people aren't like that. It's a certain subset of every community and every place on the earth that's like that. But I mean, to simply say like niggas versus black people, yeah, I mean, for the most part, niggas are negative. There's a difference. There's a big difference between attitudes and how they live their life. So I mean, shit, it's a real thing.
Yeah. So we talking about ninjas and black folks. So, and like you said, every race got some ninjas in it. And white folks call them TPT, trailer park trash. I don't know what the Mexicans call their people, but I know it's a word for them.
Hick. I've heard a Dominican and the Mexican say hick, but they meant like country ass.
I know it's a word for them. You know what I'm saying? And black folks, and it ain't no more ninjas no more though. It's all about YNs now. So YNs and black folks, man, I don't know where to start at because these YNs is something different now. They don't care about nothing. They don't care about life. They don't care about not living. They don't care about breathing. They don't care about kids. They don't care about babies. I said last week, you need to send them, they need to be the one on the chain gang. You need to send all YNs on the chain gang. Just send them all on the chain gang and they need to remember that railroad that they're supposed to be building from Savannah to Atlanta, and they're trying to figure out this should have run through Augusta or Macon. They should make them YNs bend both of them. Build one that's going through Macon and build one that's going through Atlanta too. And have them YNs out there, hey, we out here building the railroad. Yep.
To my bring the chain gang back.
Yep. Need to bring it back. Need to bring it back for these YNs. Yep. Bring it back. Because that's what they deserve. They need it, man. They need it, man. Because Nowadays, everything is so soft. These people are so soft nowadays. Like I remember back in the 90s, it was no thing. It was no such thing as ninjas and black folks. In the 90s, there was no such thing as ninjas and black folks. It was just black folks. Every black folk was a ninja. But nowadays, in the 20th century, that's how bad it has gotten. Because all these hoes is mamas now. And all these hoes is grandmas now. And some of these hoes is great grandmas. Like, it might be a 50-year-old. She got 3 generations in the house. And they still stay on South Side. It's ridiculous, man. I don't know what to say. But is there a difference? Yes, it is a difference. Should it be a difference? It used to not be a difference.
Nah, man, we had niggas. We've always had niggas, man.
I don't know, we didn't. In the 90s, we ain't had no ninjas.
So the same niggas that gangbanging, that was shooting shit up and robbing shit, wasn't niggas?
No, because remember what we had. They had codes. No women, no children. They didn't mess with women. They didn't mess with children. And if there was children around or there was women around, it wasn't no gang banging. I see you again. I see you. I see you.
Hey, partner, I'll be back on.
I see you. But now, it ain't no more codes. There's no more codes. It's like, when they say, what they say? On site? That's what they mean. On site. On site. It don't matter who around. On site. Perteezy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I agree with both of y'all, man. I think niggas and black people are different things, man. I think, to what you said, C's, there are niggas in every community. No matter what community you go to, there's a group of people in that community they look at as less than, and then are given a negative stereotype of that community. As far as black people go, most black people, like, we all have nigga tendencies. We all have things that can make us niggas. But niggas, man, I feel like some of us don't even realize
different breed.
We used to be niggas. Because I think that confuses people sometimes. We kind of had a conversation last week about white people and their comfortability with black people versus niggas. Like, some of us used to be niggas. It's like, for example, Jeezy and Gucci Mane, or Jeezy and T.I. They used to be niggas. But you can't get that kind of money, live the life they're living, and still be niggas. So if you're a white person that met Jeezy in 05, you met a nigga. But if you met Jeezy in 2022, then you met a businessman, right? He's not a nigga no more. Like, can he still have nigga tendencies? That's why, like, someone like Snoop Dogg can be so comfortable around white people like Martha Stewart. Like, do you think in 1995, 1996, when he dropped Doggy Style, that the same Snoop Dogg we see holding the torch for the Olympics, doing the show with Martha Stewart,
the only thing
the same as that stuff he was doing in 95, 96. If what he was saying in 95, 96 was real.
I've heard Martha.
He's the same OG.
He's not the same.
I actually heard Martha's the OG, so
he's the same OG.
I think back in the 90s, she could have been there.
Snoop ain't really changed none. Snoop music's still the same. He's still doing the same thing. He was about smoking weed and having fun.
I'm saying, like, if he was the type of nigga that people
murder was the case.
Perceived, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If he was the nigga that we perceived him to be, if he was that nigga, then nah. Now, if he was just kind of just using the nigga that we thought he was to gain notoriety, that's different. That's why, like, to me, Jeezy was actually in the streets doing nigga shit. Like, that Jeezy's completely different now. Like, the only celebrity I can think of that's probably, like, still somewhat niggerish, maybe Boosie. Like, Boosie's probably still very niggerish.
But he's had to calm down.
And he's about to go to jail.
But that's what I'm saying.
You're right. You're right about that.
But what did May say?
You're right about that.
May say, I'm tired of you niggas saying, y'all, you ain't too much position.
No, you're supposed to go to jail.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of us confuse the fact that we used to be niggas or are you still a nigga? Because niggas don't give a damn. Niggas ain't got no credit cards. This in good standing. Niggas ain't going to the doctor like that. Niggas ain't going to the dentist. If you doing any of the things I'm listing, you are not a nigga no more. You might have used to be a nigga.
You only listed 3 things. I already know I'm not.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, they are, because these YNs, their mama's on Medicaid, and they taking the small smiles, and they getting their chief check every 6 months.
Maybe.
They going to the doctor every 6 months because you know what? Because we paying for it.
Like, I'm just saying, man. Like, if you actually in college and getting your degree, man, you ain't a nigga, man. Like, if you doing certain stuff, like you just can't be a nigga because you being in certain spaces and doing certain stuff for a long period of time. Your niggerish shit is not going to allow that shit to happen because you're going to play yourself out your position or trick yourself out your position.
So what about the people that all of this whole social media where you see people that's the persona of a nigga doing non-nigga things like fishing, horseback riding,
but all that don't not make you a ninja, because ninjas do all that stuff too. Ninjas have jobs too, but they know what they call it. What they call it is I know a place code switching.
And I disagree. I don't think niggas code switch. I think black people code switch.
A nigga can't code switch.
I don't think.
I think so.
Because I think niggas all by themselves destruct. Like when I think of a nigga, I think of Riley. When I think of a black person, I think of Huey. Like Huey can do a lot of the same stuff Riley do. But I think a lot of times with us as black people, because we still want to be connected to our niggerism, then we be like, you know, I work a 9 to 5, I code switch. I don't think niggas code switch. I think the reason why niggas don't have the job that we have at this table is because they don't have the ability to understand I can't be a nigga 24/7.
So the nigga who works at Amazon who's selling out the parking lot, he's not a nigga.
Rose said to me a long time ago, man, Steven Jackson couldn't really be in the game because he plays sports.
No, I never said that. I said he was in the game.
Yeah, but he couldn't continue being a game banger because he made it to where he made it to. And I agree with that sentiment overall because at the end of the day, you can't really be a real nigger and make it to the heights of the NBA, make it to the heights of the NFL, and still maintain your full nigosity. You can't.
You can maintain your nigosity.
You can still be a nigga a little bit.
You can't be a gangster.
But you can't still, because what does Lamar Jackson look like when he go to the room full of white people and he pull out some hot sauce and be like, I need some fried chicken while y'all discussing this deal. Like, it's just certain things that niggas would do that would destroy their opportunities that black people understand this ain't the time or place to do this shit. Yeah, and niggas be like, fuck it, bruh. I don't give a fuck about the time and place. You stepped on my shoe in the airport. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's why I said, because what C said, every race has some ninjas. What you explaining, those ain't ninjas. Those are YNs nowadays. Like I was saying, those are YNs.
So you got old. So the term YN it means young, but like, you can be an old nigga and still be a YN.
Yes.
It's called old nigga. Yeah. You can be an old nigga and be an old nigga.
Yeah.
I mean, Cardi B just told us. Yes. But Joe Budden just told a story on the Joe Budden podcast about Cardi B starting a fight with another bitch in the airport. Because her niggas, because even though she knew it was a bad idea, she told the story. She said, but there was a part of me that was like, I can't do this shit. I gotta check this bitch. You know why? Because there was a part, her nigga part was like, bitch, you can't go out like this.
No, that was her gangster part.
Like, you can't go out like this.
That's her gangster part. Yeah. Because a YN wouldn't care about, it wouldn't have been on, I can't do this. It would have been on site. When they say on site, it's on site.
And I think that's something we got to define, man. Because some of us, like, do we look at being a gangster different than being a nigga?
Yeah.
You know?
Different things to me.
YNs, gangsters.
I think a lot of them, if you was to get a chart, I think a lot of the gangster characteristics cross over with nigga characteristics.
Yeah, the stereotypical, like.
And a lot of gangster characteristics cross over to hustler characteristics, too, though. So
which cross over to nigga characteristics.
Hustler? No, I don't think.
Yeah, because some of the hustlers, like niggas who are scammers and shit, bitches who sell pussies, those are hustlers. Bitches sell strippers. Like those
are hustlers, but that don't make you an ninja. That's a profession.
That don't mean you a nigga, but those characteristics can cross into being a nigga too. That's what I'm saying. Like
all that stuff cross. All that stuff, like I was saying, like what Caesar was saying, like every race has it. Every race has it. So I just don't want to just put it on black folks. Like only the black folks can do this.
Oh yeah, nah, bro. Because the same way we talking about gangsters right now, the Italians that actually living the life right, they look at mobsters a certain way. You know, the Asian people that are living their life a certain way, they look at certain Asian people that are into them gangs. They look at them a certain way. The same thing with Hispanic people. That's how you can get Hispanic people that can vote for Trump because they don't even feel connected to the illegal immigrants. To the point it's like, man, now fuck them niggas, man. They living off welfare. I got a job. Yeah, I'm shoveling up shit for $10 an hour, but I'm actually living the right way. Like you get disconnected from your group of people because you feel like you made it and they haven't made it yet.
Yeah, man. So I love it, man. I love it. I love this conversation because I think it needs to be blown out because we need to figure out a point in life in our society and all the societies is when it's enough is enough.
I feel like at 27 you should retire your nigga card.
Yeah, it's like when it's enough.
Like at 27 it's hey man, it's like Danny Glover. I'm too old to continue being a nigga.
I should think it should be younger than that. You know what I'm saying? I think
25.
Shoot, man. Once you hit about 23,
I ain't even gonna say eradicated.
Yeah, I think 23 too young.
I ain't even gonna say eradicated, but this is like got to a certain point where it's like, what movie was it where it's like they keep doing this shit to me? The store owner was like, these niggas keep doing this shit to me. My own damn. Like Mr. Johnny had the fucking package corner store for the last 25 years. All these young niggas come stand outside my store, keeping customers away, fucking selling dope, keep the cops around. So I mean, it's kind of like one of them things. It's like, can you really blame somebody when they get money and they want to move out the hood? I'm tired of being around these niggas. This nigga shit.
And you move to Silicon Valley, not Silicon Valley, Simi Valley, and then your daughter get beat up when she's 10 years old, and you get pulled up by the police every day.
Yeah, too, Rose. That's a double-edged sword because when you move out of the neighborhood, all you are doing is allowing niggas to take over, bro. It's like if you see you got roaches and you don't decide to exterminate and you just let them do what they're doing, because you like, man, I ain't gonna be here in like 3 months. Like all you doing is just like allowing an infestation to build. Like at some point in time, you got to be like, yo, this is my block. I live here. Yo, we not gonna allow this nigga shit to continue. I'm a upstanding citizen. I'm calling the cops.
You have to do that.
I'm gonna start the neighborhood watch.
You have to do that.
You got to do your certain stuff to make sure, because otherwise niggas are going to be like, it's almost like I saw something online where I didn't know this, but goldfish, you can't drop a goldfish in a lake or a pond. And I was like, wow. And it kind of showed in the video that they would bully other fish out of the food, and then you'll get these goldfishes like 10 fucking pounds. And apparently, because they are an aggressive species, goldfish is an aggressive fish, they will bully the other fish food to the point where they can't eat. And it's like, you can't allow niggas to take over.
They're invasive. They're invasive species.
They're an invasive species, so you can't allow niggas to do that, because niggas are an invasive species. Niggas will be like, oh, y'all gonna let us live here? Y'all ain't gonna check us? All right. The next thing you know, the property value done went down. White people scared to come there. Now, guess what? Y'all used to have nail salons, and y'all used to have movie theaters. Y'all ain't got shit no more. That's why the Regency Mall, we used to have the Regency Mall, that shit, they ain't even doing shit with that area no more, man. They like, fuck it, because y'all niggas doing too much in that area. We done took the mall and put it around the white people.
Man, it comes like, okay, the neighborhood gets run down. 25, 15 years later, niggas start moving. They start moving. Black people start moving to a certain other area of town. You know, white flight and all the other shit is historical. But move to another side of town. It's bad. Shit is cheap. Then you start seeing a white girl jogging. And then it's like a continuous cycle of
They start buying all our stuff.
And it's like,
They buy our blocks.
This the same nigga who said, this is my block, I run shit here. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't run shit. So, I mean, it's kind of that thing. And then, okay, one thing I want to bring up, nigga activity. Stop snitching. Remember the whole...
Oh, no. I want everybody to tell on everybody.
The whole Stop Snitching campaign happened.
Tell on them. Tell on them.
That was the whole episode. Thank you for not snitching.
Oh, no. Tell on everybody. Tell on them folks. Tell on them folks, man. If they kill somebody, tell on them folks. They rob somebody else, tell on them folks. Because nowadays, they telling on themselves. There's so many cameras and things like that. Man, all that crime stuff, they need to just stop. Like before, you used to be able to get away with it, but now it's like it's so hard to get away with stuff. Like you just want to go to jail. You just a butt bandit.
A booty raider.
Yes.
I mean, and that's kind of the issue with y'all talking about. Like, there's certain characteristics, there's certain things where in the black community, we feel like you're not black if you do this, or you're not black if you don't do this. So guess what happens? Those really ain't black things. Those are really nigga things. So now you done trick black people who are tax-paying citizens, law-abiding citizens to be like, I'm not gonna snitch because they're gonna take my black card away. Well, really, nah, bro. That's just some nigger shit. That's just some nigger shit not to snitch.
I mean, I think the parallel or the connection is bad behavior and negative things have been celebrated.
It's been rewarded.
Gangster movies from the fucking black and white Capone movies to the fucking outlaws. Like we always watch cowboy movies. Who's the fucking favorite character? The fucking outlaw, the guy robbing the bank. So I mean, and then like
rewarding all that bad behavior. We gotta stop that.
It's like, oh, niggas was fighting World Star. Niggerish activity. Niggas is fighting in the airport or the Popeyes or wherever on the block. World Star, things that are being celebrated, and it's not just black people, but I mean that whole it's been intertwined. Being black and being a nigga have been intertwined and twisted in people's heads where they have these fucking...
They make it seem like every black person is a ninja.
When you say stuff like he's a real nigga and you say like that's a badge of honor, like how is black people take that? Oh man, he's a real nigga over there. That's what I need to strive to be, a real nigga. I'm just saying.
And that's the problem.
That's how you get these athletes who grew up in these mansions, who like John Morant, who try to hold guns and do retarded shit. Because his idea is, I want to prove to people I'm a real nigga. Mm-hmm. Not a real black man. I want to prove to people I'm a real nigga. So I can tote guns too. I can wave a pistol in someone's face. I can hang around street dudes and street, because I'm real. Because if I'm not a nigga, I'm nothing. I remember Mike Tyson said that in his when he said an interview with Kenan Thompson, he was like, man, I feel like if I'm not a nigga, I'm not nothing. And Kenan was like, man, that's bullshit, Mike. Mike, you still the world champ. You awesome. He said, and then Mike got aggressive, said, how you gonna tell me what I think, how I perceive myself? Nigga, and Kenan was like, you got it?
Nigga, you had a pet tiger. How the fuck?
But in his head, if he not a nigga, he not nothing.
That's why he don't have all the millions that he did have.
Because in his head, to be a nigga means everything, bro. And I think that's something that we don't understand. Like when you dealing with real niggas.
No, when you're dealing with mental health issues, yes, we gonna have some issues. We have some problems. Like, oh yeah, I feel like that I can reach that rainbow, so I'm go search it. But no, you can't touch the rainbow. You can eat some Skittles, but you can't touch the rainbow.
I agree with that, bro. Because a lot of this is the fact of a lot of people in the community have mental health issues, or they have distortions on what real life is versus what a caricature of real life is.
No, it's like some Malibu's Most Wanted type shit, man. Where I don't know, it's just like niggas. It's like we use the term so interchangeably and cross and twist it to where it's like we're confused our damn selves. We be like, oh, that's a real nigga. Like, yeah, I like, yo, so and so, yeah, Boosie a real nigga, or Webby, T.I. He ain't a nigga. He ain't a real nigga no more. He done moved up. He high society.
And we say that shit, and we say that in a negative way to the point now we looking at T.I. in a negative way, talking about him in a negative way, to the point he gotta feel like, well, bruh, I had more respect when I was selling dope versus when I'm making millions as a rapper, doing movie deals and taking care of my family.
Nigga, you got blockbuster movies under your belt, a mansion, you drive a Rolls Royce, and you got gun charge.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's what you hired security for. It's like, come on, man.
He was scared, man. He was scared. He was afraid for his life.
Man, he felt like he had to have that gun to maintain his ability to be a nigga, man. But I mean, I feel like overall, this is a great conversation. And to what everyone is saying at the table, man, a lot of this perception of the community, perception of reality, how people try to perceive themselves. And one thing I think we have to remember is that all black people have nigga tendencies, because most of us come from an environment or we've been around people, you know, where we kind of see this stuff. Whether, even if you didn't grow up in the hood, maybe you had some cousins that grew up in the hood and you visited them. So we all have nigga tendencies, and there's nothing wrong with those tendencies. Like, you don't have to eradicate those tendencies because that's a part of who we are. But we do got to get out the habit of black people who are successful or black people who are well-to-do, who feel like they got to try to emulate what they think the idea of a nigga is, which is really making them go backwards. Like, we got to get out of that idea and really understand that that's really destructive to ourselves and our community to try to perpetuate this stereotype that necessarily is not beneficial to us. Closing thoughts, y'all?
Hey, man, I told you. Before the elections were over, we told you this shit is happening. They're trying to keep going bullshit, man.
Yeah, man. So my closing thoughts, man, just take care of yourself, man. Take care of your family, take care of yourself. Don't let nobody trick you out. But like May said, can't nobody trick you out of nothing. If you bout that, then you bout that. Then live that. All y'all YNs, if you think you really the him, prove it.
A lot of times in Hollywood, especially Black Hollywood, we talk about how it can be so damning and harmful for Black children. We look at Raven-Symoné. We look at her co-star from the That's a Raven Show and other Black children. You know, we had Danielle Spencer, who passed away this week, and she was, you know, one of the stars of the Black show What's Happening Now. Well, I mean, What's Happening, and then the revival What's Happening Now. And what's so amazing about her career is, even though she did not act that much after she left Hollywood, and she might have had a couple roles here and there, she took that money and she went ahead and became a veterinarian. And those are the stories that we don't really talk about a lot. A lot of the Black children who might have acted for 8 to 10, maybe even 15 years, and then decided, hey, I'm done acting. I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to do something in the educational system. There's plenty of them that do that, and that's what she chose to do with her life and her career. So, you know, condolences to her family, RP to her, man. If you are a Black person that grew up watching that show, that's a show that meant a lot to you, man. So there was an Everybody Rakim piece.
Yeah, and if you never watched the show, go back and watch it now. It's still entertaining to this day. I know me and Sue, we watch it sometimes just to this day. And y'all can catch us at the next light, man. We in traffic. And I'm back quiet. Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first Black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in Black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All Black, that's evident. For sure, MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and sell our land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more Black tears, Black on Black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying Black bills, learning Black skills, making Black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm Black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.